Thanks for being here. Good morning, everyone. So my talk today is called Building the Championship Strength Athlete. You guys can have this. And as I just said, I've been covering powerlifting, strongman, Olympic lifting, throwers, and CrossFit because I think that there's a ton of carryover between those things, especially the first four. But the qualities that you need to be great in each of those, really four main qualities: maximal strength, explosive strength, work capacity. I should probably have this memorized since it's like important thing. And special strength, that's the other one. All right, it's maximal strength, explosive strength, special strength, and work capacity. All great strength athletes, which are going to be those five disciplines. And I definitely consider CrossFit competition a strength sport because I don't know if you guys saw on Facebook yesterday that video of Rich Froning snatched 300 and clean and jerk. Was it 373? I think he would have been second at USA Nationals last year in weightlifting. And as shitty as USA is in weightlifting, it's still pretty damn good for a guy who also has to run triathlons and do muscle ups and all kinds of other crazy stuff. So, maximal strength is definitely the one that gets the most attention because it's the most exciting, it's the most measurable, it's the easiest to improve, and it has certainly its role in each of those. For powerlifting and strongmen, before I get into this, the reason that, this topic is so interesting to me is, this is what I'm trying to do, is be good at all of those things minus CrossFit because I'm way too big for that shit. So, at the people that have always interested me, that I look up to as far as strength athletes, Bill Kazmaier, great powerlifter, great strongman, pretty damn good in the Highland Games. John Cole, national champion in the discus, world record holder still. He totaled 2364 at 288. He would have been at 275 now because he was doing that on a 2-hour weigh-in. So at 288, he squatted 901, benched 580, and pulled 880. For the world record total at 308s. He has the world record total at 275s. And he was definitely a favorite to make the Olympic team in 72, 74, 76, whatever year that was. And those, and more modern, Koklayev, those guys are just so interesting to me to be able to not just be good across a wide variety of disciplines when everyone else is specializing, but to dominate a wide variety of disciplines. And to me, that's what real strength is. You go do anything, heavy shit, dominate it. Any kind of heavy shit, just dominate it. So the role of maximal strength, I said it's kind of the most popular. It's the easiest to develop. It's the most exciting for powerlifters and strongmen. It's quite obvious what the role of it is there. I mean, that's pretty much the whole sport. For Olympic lifters, I think especially in America, it gets debated a lot. What is the role of maximal strength in Olympic lifting? Do American Olympic lifters just have bad technique? Do they need to get stronger? What do they need to do to compete at the world stage? I've written about it before, and the answer to it is beyond the scope of this presentation, even if I spoke for 7 hours. It's just such a complex problem. But, if you watch videos on YouTube, I watched a video of Lu Zhaozhan the other day, front squat. So he's a 77 kilo lifter. So 170-ish pounds. Front squat 507 for a double with no belt, like it was 135, and he's a world record holder. There's guys, Olympic lifters, lighter weight guys normally, back squat 4 times body weight, no belt, no knee wraps. They're doing powerlifting world record in the gym. Probably the 4th or 5th or 6th day they've squatted that week or in a row, and with no belt and no reps. I mean, obviously, to be a great Olympic lifter, maximal strength is key. Building a strength reserve is key. For throwers, from my own experience as a thrower, I was 2-time national champion in the shot put, going to do my first Highland Games here in a couple months. I definitely misunderstood the role of maximal strength for throwers when I was competing, and a lot of throwers, Americans more so probably, and shot putters more so, get caught up in building building the gym lifts, because again, it's so tangible. It's so, well, I squatted 10 pounds more than I did, 2 months ago. I'm going to throw further. But the point of diminishing returns of that is very soon. When I was a senior in college, gym lifts, bench like 500 and squatted 725, which is stronger than guys who were throwing the shot put 10 feet farther than me. So obviously that, maximal strength is not the be all end all to throwing. In Highland Games, I'd say it's more important just because of all the events, it would go Highland Games, shot put, discus, hammer, and jab, the role that maximal strength plays. Obviously you're throwing stuff that's 56 pounds in the Highland Games compared to 16 pounds, 2 kilos, or 800 grams as far as the track and field events go. So if stuff's heavier, you gotta be stronger. And then for CrossFitters, much like the Olympic lifters, and obviously Olympic lifting is a huge component of CrossFit, creating a strength reserve is so important, because if you got to do whatever, I was at the OC Throwdown maybe a month ago, and the last event, which looked like just the most horrible, terrible thing I've ever seen, the pro women started out with 245 for 30 deadlift, 95 for 30 thrusters, 30 box jumps, 30 kettlebell swings, 30 calorie row, muscle ups, burpee to chin up, or burpee to handstand push ups, burpee to muscle up, run, more stuff. I was too tired to even finish watching. But they start out with 245 for 30 deadlift. I mean, that's strong. Those are strong girls. And if you can, this is so simple, but I think people lose sight of it. If 245 is 80% of your max, you're not going to do 30 reps near as fast as someone who is 60% of their max. And it seems so simple, but people still forget, and they try and train just for reps. And I mean, I'm trying to, I can go squat 500 for 20, and it's not, I don't train for 500 for sets of 20, but if you're strong and that's a low percentage, you're going to be better at it. Explosive strength, I think, is really what sets athletes apart, top level athletes apart from the tier below them. For the powerlifter, developing explosive strength is going to be the easiest way to blow through a sticking point. I've said it in stuff that I've written before that, I'm strong, but I'm more fast than strong, and that's why I could lift so much, is because if you can really accelerate the bar out of the hole, you don't need to do partial range work or accelerate the bar off your chest. You don't need to do board work, because you generate so much force there. It's just going to carry, the inertia is just going to carry you through. And I think that's a misunderstood and often overlooked component of powerlifting training, is the development of explosive strength. And real explosive strength is not developed with bands and chains on the bar. And I mean, can that play a role? Sure. Can just lifting the bar as fast as you can play a role? Yes, that's what I do. I just try and lift the bar as fast as you can all the time. I did an interview with Shane Heyman probably 2 months ago, if you're familiar with him. He's was IPF world champion, IPF world record holder in the squat. Squatted 1014 in single ply gear, but in like the mid 90s. So maybe he got 50 pounds of carryover out of that. And then is now the American record holder, super heavyweight, clean and jerk and snatch. He's 5'9", 365 pounds. Had a 38-inch vertical, could do a standing backflip, which I still want to see a video of that. I mean, he told me that he could do it, so I believe him, but I really want to see a video of that. And everyone wanted me, oh, how do you get so explosive? How do you get so explosive? Because if you watch a video of him squat, I mean, 1014 looked the same as 135, speed-wise. Dive bomb, and just rock it out of the bottom. And he said he didn't even train jumps and stuff. He just squatted as fast as he could all the time. So if he was doing a set of 3, he'd have the guy take a stopwatch out, try and do the set of 3 faster than he did the previous set of 3, try and do the set of 3 faster than he did it the week before. And he was just squatting sets of 2, 3, 4, and 5 as fast as he could all the time. And keeping in mind with that, you have to squat, I'll talk more about this a little bit later, but when you're doing that kind of work, you need to squat as fast as you can squat, not as fast as, not the absolute fastest, but as fast as your technique can tolerate, because that's gonna be different for everyone. It's gonna be different depending on your style. He was squatting with he was basically doing an Olympic squat, and you can descend a lot faster with that, and he's one of the greatest squatters of all time, so he probably had pretty good technique and could hold it together at high speeds. So for yourself and for your athletes, you need to make them go as fast as their technique can tolerate. Strongman. Strongman's been my new thing for coming up on a year anniversary here. And explosive strength, tremendous importance in strongman, whether it's moving events, yoke, farmers, all that stuff, or any event for time. If you can do 2 reps faster than you could do 2 reps before, you're going to do more reps in a minute. If it's 5 reps faster than you can do 5 reps before, that's the easiest way to. That's the simplest definition of power is work divided by time. Hopefully, don't call me on my physics there, but the amount of work you're going to do is set because the weight of the implement is fixed. So the only way for you to produce more power is to do it in less time. So if you're going to do, if Chase is going to do 275 stone over bar for 5 reps, all right, and he knows that that's his set, the only way for Chase to produce more power in that is to do 5 reps faster than he did 5 reps before. All right, I'm like 99% sure power is work divided by time. Anyone? Anyone? Yeah. All right. There we go. And Olympic lifters, throwers, pretty simple. The role of explosive strength, I mean, that's pretty much the whole sport. And CrossFitters, a lot of the same things as strongmen, except I say explosiveness is even more important because there's more body, I've never seen a strongman contest with a box jump in it or a broad jump for max distance in it. And that'd be pretty entertaining if they had it. There'd be some wild shit going on there. But yeah, I think the role of explosive strength plays the same kind of stuff as it is in CrossFit. More explosive you are, better you're gonna jump, better you're gonna Olympic lift, better you're gonna throw, faster you're gonna move with timed events. Next component, being a great strength athlete, being a great athlete in any sport. The most important, the most misunderstood, special strength, all right? Sport-specific strength, SPP, special strength, special physical preparedness are terms that get thrown around a lot. Sport-specific strength, the most, and that one's probably the most misused. Special strength are strength qualities that most closely approximate the competitive exercise, in terms of velocity, duration, and direction. And these are the exercises with the highest degree of transfer, all right? If you're familiar